man on a mission, blessed with wisdom and vision, locked out of heaven's division, earth ordinary man's prison. Born to sin, with a face big gin, bottle of gin in possession. Takes a lick and keeps on ticking. He is a man on a mission.
Hey Google, stop. What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Sullivan Project podcast. I'm your host, Harold Sullivan. Hey Google, set your volume to 50%. In case y'all haven't tuned in before, I'm blind, so I might have my eyes. Sometimes I just close my eyes. Usually I have my eyes closed a lot because it's easier to just kind of focus on everything else, you know. And then I got an eye, like a hair. I'm so sensitive. I just heard something. I just heard some. I'm so sensitive that I can feel eyebrow hairs fall out in my eyes and stuff during the day, and it just irritates me because they get in there and then they make your eyes, tear, like just get yucky. And but anyway, we're going to talk about the Sully Awards. I've got some nominees here. Haven't done this before. It's the third season of the podcast. We're coming up on 200 episodes, and then we're going to be we'll be in season 4 probably right around that time. And I just came up with some like brackets, like odd categories. And I was like, well, let me come up with some of these, put them together, and maybe we'll do an awards. Some of these will be in and some will be out. But right now, these are just lists. I don't know if the camera went off or not because I did hear a sound while I was talking. But it should be fully charged. I got the thing always on charge of extra battery in case because I can't see it. I have an autoimmune disease. I wasn't supposed to make it long. And I've been in a wheelchair since I was about 10 or a little younger. And I'm 45 now. And I lost my sight 3.5 years ago. Somewhere around there. So, but that's what this podcast is all about. Everyone has a story. You can't judge a book by its cover. We all got stuff. Don't wish it was someone else at all because, I mean, you might look at them, and you have no clue what demons, quote unquote, they got inside. And you know what you can deal with. You're making it through it. You've been through it. That's what this podcast is about. Your story. Come on here. We have guests, audio or video. Come on and talk with us. Share your whatever it is. You know what I mean? Don't be ashamed. Your pain is your strength, not your weakness. And you can call the show 724-513-1472. You can email hs1978-2015 @outlook.com. And you can check out the podcast. Previous episodes, we have cameos by celebrities. We just did Laura Parks Lincoln from, I think that's how you pronounce it. Lar, L-A-R, Laura Park Lincoln. From Friday the 13th, Part 7. It keeps it with our theme here, kind of. We talk about supernatural, spiritual, metaphysical, and paranormal, and then just everything like life and movies and TV and art, food, music, sports, whatever's on TV, just anything. You know what I mean? Feel and heal. And laughter is really good, or just as long as you get your mind off of something. But you got to feed yourself the good stuff. you can untrain yourself, and if you don't like the way you are, you can be different. If you want to be something else, you got to be different. These are little Sullyisms I've been coming up with, and I got a book I'm trying to write and some songs. I feel like something's touching me right now. I've had a lot of psychic and all kinds of stuff going on since I've lost my sight. So if you want to check out any of that, go to Harold Sullivan 78 on YouTube, Harold Sullivan 78 TikTok, Harold Sullivan _35 Facebook. I'm working on a third album. I got one release with music called the SPP Band Mixtape. And then AI, but it's good. It's stuff I've been writing. Again, there was at one point after I lost my sight, probably a couple months later, that I wrote maybe 20 songs in a matter of a weekend. It was crazy. I was like channeling stuff. But and I have essential oils still. I'm giving them away. And then if you want any, and I'm making them. They're all recipes I got. If you want any recipes for any of that stuff, let me know. I got a couple herb bags, one for dreaming, and which you could just put under your pillow or whatever, and then one for just protection and open up your psychic stuff. And then I got hats. I do have T-shirts, but they cost too much if you don't want to get them. Uh, I got hats, I got pens, and I got bumper stickers and a few things, and I'll send those for free. I just ask that you pay for the shipping. PayPal is probably the best way. The hats are like 20 something a piece, but I'm paying for them, and I have a few. I just keep at a time. When I get money, I buy a couple and I give them away. So, but I'll do those. It's all. I just want to help people. You know what I mean? My reward's not here. So, but let's talk about some of the categories for the Sully Awards. That's Sully, like as in Sullivan, the nickname. They used to call me that when I played street hockey in the wheelchair with the little goalie pads on. I used to wear like the little kids, like 24-inch goalie pads because I'm under 5 feet tall. I haven't grown much since I've been in the wheelchair, and I'm dealing with so much. I've been close to death so many 30 sometimes. I've known over 30 people that my computer's talking. I've known over 30 people that have died, and we're all here, still here to do something. You're not just here. Don't ever think that. And if you need someone, call. You can even call me, and I'll cry with you for a minute. You just need to make it one more moment. That's all it takes sometimes. Usually that is all it takes is 1 second. So we live and die in a blink of an eye. Well, let's get to some of these categories here. Some will be in still, some will be out. One will definitely be in. We have 5. We have best poop scene, best fight, best kiss, best dance, and best New York. Uh, so that would be something to do with New York. I'm just trying to think. So that's 5. Also, I've been talking about movie presidents. We got some other things. How about this? Recently, a couple days ago, I was just sitting in here, and my brother-in-law came in to get me a drink, and he went out of the room to go get ice. And when he came back in, I was like gone out of my body. I was astral projecting. Literally, I was with my dad, who passed away 7 years ago, and I was with him somewhere. And I had thought my brother-in-law had came back in already with the ice and got me to drink. I didn't know where I was, and he came in, and he's like, "You okay?" And that's where I just like a rubber band, bam, right back to my body. And I was like, oh yeah, but I was like disoriented. It's crazy what I've been doing since I didn't know what it was when I was a kid. I used to dream about flying, but you can leave your body. Uh, okay, so we got that. And there's a book called Vortex, audio book. It's available in audio and print, and it's by Esther Abraham Hicks. And I've talked about, what was it, the Law of Attraction before, and then they have a couple other ones. Very good books. This one talks about how we're all love. We're supposed to be love, no matter what. Okay, and that's great because if you just break it down to that, no matter what someone does or says to you, if you just come unconditional love, which is what I was told when I lost my sight and I just started connecting with spirit, and I asked, why am I here? Why are we here? Unconditional love was number one. It came, and then love, learn, and teach. So we should do at least one of those every or one of those three things every moment. You should at least love, and then teach or learn from it. Everything is always for something. That's a Sullyism. Let me tell you a couple more. Praise always. Uh, Perfection is an opinion, not an existence. Right? Gifts should be given. Let's see here. There's so many. If you want some more, let me know. They're going to be in my book, a lot of them also. And then, let's see here. Hey, Google, what did I want you to remember? This is how I take notes.
First, best superhero reveals best movie theme songs. I don't want to know Dad Green Vortex. Second, drawing lessons. Oracle.
Hey, Google, stop. And then I talked about the Crow remake recently. And the song I couldn't put I thought it was the Fuji or Killing Me Softly because it was an instrumental, but it was I Don't Want to Know. It's a song, and it was actually in the song, the words I was singing on here. So, but it's the instrumental, and I was like, I lost the movie at that point. I didn't like it, so uh, again, I was just listening to it, but I can judge a movie just. I've seen so many movies when I had sight. I know movie, especially if you don't have sight and the movie's good. You know what I mean? And so we got some other ones here I was talking about too, but we'll talk about them brackets later. I got so many. I'm coming up with different, unique things. So yeah, so let's do a couple of the best poop. We got Dumb and Dumber, and then we got where Harry puts the X-Lax in his buddy's chocolate or whatever, hot chocolate or hot cocoa. And then we have Jurassic Park where that giant pile of doo-doo. And then we have, I think it was Goldmember with the Austin Powers in the dirty clothes bin. And Fat Bastard takes his moo or not moo, I don't know what that thing's called, diaper sumo thing off and throws it in there. And there's a couple of moments in there that could be like that. So that's some nominees there. Best dance, only one I have right now is Stifler in American Wedding when he's in a gay bar and he's dancing. It's hilarious. It's like a dance off. We got Kiss. I came up with Spider-Man. Greg came up with Lady and the Tramp with what you call it, the spaghetti. Spider-Man is the Kiss where he's hanging in the alleyway and Mary Jane pulls his mask up. She don't lift it all the way up though. She could, but she just doesn't. There's always sirens, construction. And you know what? You notice they always have construction going on, but nothing's ever done. You know what I mean? It's terrible. The stuff they put down is worse than the old stuff. So, who else we got here? Fight. I got Van Damme and Sudden Death fighting a penguin. I got Roddy Piper and Keith David and They Live. We got some good fights here. Hey Ziggy, what are my stickies?
Your last note was New York.
Ziggy, what are my stickies?
Is that the one you want to delete?
Ziggy, what are my stickies?
I found 9 notes. First note, New York King Kong remake Weird Science. Second note, cool scenes Jedi Saber Hannibal Robocop. Third note, cool scenes Avengers Batman Godfather Back to the Future E.T. Jurassic Park.
We gotta get down here.
Fourth note, Jamie Foxx, Tiny Zeus Morgan Freeman Donald Pleasance. Would you like to hear the next 4?
Yes. We got a good bit here.
Fifth note, Tim Robbins Harrison Ford Michael Douglas Jack Nicholson Bill Pullman. Sixth note, Looks Could Kill Dirty Shame Last Starfighter Simone Last Action Hero The Fifth Element They Live. Seventh note, New York Home Alone 2 Jason Planet of the Apes Ghostbusters. And eighth note, Poop Goldmember Dumb and Dumber Jurassic Park Fight Sudden Death Superman 3 Day Live. Would you like to hear the last one?
No.
Okay.
And then another fight scene is from Superman 3 when Superman and Clark fight each other. I mean, I like that movie. Richard Pryor, he was probably the best part. That's weird. People would probably don't know Richard Pryor was in a Superman movie. And in New York, we got Greg came up with King Kong in the Empire State Building in a movie, and then Home Alone 2 with the Bird Lady. Ghostbusters at the end when Ernie Hudson yells, "I love New York." We got Jason Voorhees and Jason Takes Manhattan. There was a couple other ones there. And then some other ones we can talk about is movie presidents. Of course, we got Morgan Freeman, Jamie Foxx, Harrison Ford, Donald Pleasance. Donald Pleasance from Halloween was in Escape from New York. Harrison Ford, Air Force One. What else here? Tiny Zeus was in The Fifth Element. He played the president in there. Tim Robbins was in one of Austin Powers. He played the president. Bill Pullman was in Independence Day president. So we got some of them. And then what else? Movie scenes, coolest movie scenes. I'm just putting together some of those as well. Star Wars Jedi whenever R2 shoots the lightsaber up. Very cool. E.T. whenever they're by the moon and the kids are on the bikes, right? What else here? And then some movies that haven't been remade yet or don't have good sequels. Weird Science. There was a TV show though, and it was okay. A Low Down Dirty Shame, which was a Marlon Wayne, or not Marlon. I think he was in there though. Keenan Ivory Wayne's movie. It was kind of like a Shaft type character, and Jada Pinkett was in there before Will Smith days, before she was married to him. What else here? The Fifth Element with Bruce Willis and Mila Jovovich. The Last Starfighter. The Last Action Hero with Arnold Schwarzenegger. None of them ever got sequels or good remakes. Simone. You got to check that out. I don't even want to tell you what it's about, but it's a very good movie. It's probably one of a kind. And I think it was De Niro's in that. I think it was De Niro's in that. He plays a director. That's all I'm going to say. Any more movie scenes here is cool. Ziggy, what are my stickies?
Your last note was New York King calling remake.
Hey Ziggy, what are my stickies?
I found 9 notes. First note, New York King calling remake.
Got a couple more here.
Second note, cool scenes Jedi Saber Hannibal Robocop. Third
yeah.
Has finished cool loading. Avengers Batman Godfather Back to
Ziggy, stop. Back to the Future. At the end, whenever he's playing the guitar and the pictures start coming back. And then we got the Avengers. Whenever Tony Stark saves. I mean, there's a couple in that too. Whenever Captain America says Hulk smash. Whenever they're all fighting. But when Tony Stark falls back through the portal after saving them all. Very good. Batman. Of course, I'm Batman. I'm Batman. You have to whisper it. Michael Keaton. Very iconic scene. So we got all those. Write in, you know what I mean? Leave comments about what category you should stay in, who should be in there, what you like about these movies, which ones. Like I said, I spent a lot of time when I did have a site watching movies and TV shows and listening to stuff. Listening to stuff don't have nothing to do with the site, but since I'm in a wheelchair, and you know what I mean, that's really all I could do. So, but I found God, Spirit, however you want to say it, believe in you at least. You got to believe in something, otherwise that's a sad existence. Like I said, we're not here. Think about it. This is all just it just can't be like an accident. You know what I mean? I don't believe in accidents, coincidence, or mistakes. So this is all created. It's wonderful. Every day is a miracle. That's another Sullyism I have. So love everybody. Treat them with nothing but love. That way, that's all you can expect. And if you don't get it, have your moment and move on. But don't let things damage you, because that's how you become dirtier and dirtier from being a child. Kids are so happy, right? And something happens to them and boom, they just bounce back. What happens to you? Because you keep piling that on, and when you get older, everything is harder. Well, it doesn't have to be. So find something, whether it's lighting a candle or just do good things, but not the bad things. Don't fill yourself up with the drugs, the over sex, the overeating, just anything that's too much. And what hole were you trying to fill? You are still connected to source. You just got to let go. And you won't feel empty. Quit looking for things and try to put in there. I'm learning myself, you know what I mean? I got to be happy before I can try to have other people, in my life, be happy and attract the right people. If you're poo-poo, those people are going to come around you and they're going to make you poo-poo more, basically. But love's a choice and so is the hate. We'll be back shortly. And I hope you all been having happy holidays. Every day could be a holiday.